Greetings and salutations, this is another Dragon Bros video. I was just watching Building Beautifully's video. I love the channel, and I love the channel because he educates us on what was and what could be for like Sydney and for other uh, areas. But this one video that he did was on the fast rail from Brisbane to Melbourne via Sydney and Canberra. Like, this thing has been promised to us for like the east coast of Australia since the 1970s. It's been going on for the better part of 50 years, where you got all these bloody idiots, or let me just say politicians, saying, "Oh, we got to do this high-speed rail thing when it comes with it coming to getting people around Australia." But really, they don't want to do it. It's just that simple. They go, "Oh, it's going to cost multiple billions of dollars to." Like, multiple hundreds of billions of dollars, even trillions of dollars to get the thing done. I'm like, well, why didn't you start everything in the 70s when it was a lot cheaper to perform these tasks? But then they'll go, "Oh, but we didn't have the technology to do things back then. We don't have no technology back in the 70s, the 70s, far less superior than what we are today." I'm just thinking, you motherfuckers. This is a needed commodity. This is a needed thing. Like a circular rail network is needed in Sydney, so is a high-speed rail system from Brisbane down to Melbourne. And it's not the fact that, it's not saying that, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, we gotta do the other. No, it's an actual necessity we need. It's a necessity when it comes to, and I come back to this saying, there's some people who do have a phobia against flying, and and they want to, see family and friends, or they want to be a part of the tourism thing for, just they want to go down to Melbourne and to see the culture there. They want to partake in the enjoyment of seeing Sydney in Vivid during the Vivid Festival, or seeing like the various festivals and that in Brisbane. Maybe even want to go. Maybe you wanted to be a tourist of the nation's capital, which is Canberra. But then they go, "Oh, I can't go that far because I'm afraid of falling out of the sky and dying." And a high-speed rail network would help them out, would help these sort of people out. But what do you expect? Governments are so bloody lazy and so fucking incompetent. They say that again. They've been saying this bullshit for 50 plus years now, longer than I've been alive. Labor and Liberal have been doing the same fucking dance for far too fucking long. They go, "Oh, it's going to be for the business people only. The business people benefit mostly from it, and that's coming from a stupid. And that's coming from a stupid political slut. Back in the 1st of October of 2022, she goes, "Oh, it's hardly it's not a feasible thing where you got. It's just going to be for business people to go and travel along this specialized corridor." No, you stupid cunt. No, you stupid slut. No, you incompetent Barbie doll brained motherfucking cunt. Oh, I must admit, Jim Cornette did have a good way with words. But sorry, that's that's from another video. But this is the one. Yeah, all these idiots who say, "Oh, we're going to bring in this," but yeah, we have to spend this much money on studies first, and when the studies come back, allegedly come back as, "Oh, it's not going to be feasible, so we can't do it." Ahem. How about the tourism industry? Tourism dollars. To anyone who's in the tourism industry, all these politicians, all these overly priced planning committees are telling you that your occupations are not worth it. They're telling you, the hardworking, highly dedicated people of your craft, that you are not worth it. They say that they're literally telling you, you wonderful artisans of beer, artisans of bread, artisans of food products, artisans of the blacksmith, artisans of clothing and that sort of fashionable industries. All these people are telling you that you are pathetic, you are useless, you are nothing. The reason why we don't want to get off our fucking asses and do this thing that could help you out is because we don't want to fucking do it. It's just that simple. Liberal, Labour, back to Liberal, back to Labour, back to Liberal, back to Labour, back to Liberal, back to Labour. For the better part of 50 years now, both sides have been saying, "Oh, we're going to bring in this high rail network to Australia," federal and the state levels. And to be honest with you, just thinking about just in New South Wales alone, where one government brings in this beautiful bit of infrastructure that will help out the Australian public, the public of New South Wales, only for the next fucking government to come in and say, "Nah, you've been spending too much money here, you've been spending too much money there, let's cut down, let's cease operations to this sort of thing." And guess what? Literally new buildings get put up in that land gets sold off to building to these these committees, these agencies that want to put these high-rise towers up, and they do put them up, but then but the next government comes in and goes, "Oh shit, we can't use that land because there's already a building on there. We're going to put a new train station there, or a new infrastructure there, but look at this big building. We can't put anything there." Both sides of government have been doing this. Both sides of government have been screwing us over. It's not a matter of whether of actually it's not the matter of the fact where we actually do need this sort of stuff. We needed this stuff. We needed this high-speed rail network being updated today, not starting in another 3 or 4 years. We needed to be updated today. Updated, not starting in few years. Not only, let me just say, not only the tourism industry is going to go downhill, but the livelihoods of all of these township, like the prospective growth in these areas. Like, there could be a interesting bit of prospect in Goulburn, where you have a beautiful historic district. You could build a bigger police academy. You can do so much, but then, oh, I forgot. The state and government don't want to help out a town like Goulburn to grow, to build up their tourism dollars. With helping out put more tourism dollars into their coffers means they could invest more in the infrastructure, meaning more bus services, meaning more jobs, meaning better livelihoods. But hey, both the Liberals slash Nationals and the Labour slash Greens don't give a shit about you, the wonderful people of Goulburn. You have a very limited, like for me, I am so blessed to live in Liverpool. I can go down south to Glenfield and get off there and get a train to the city. I could catch a train through Bankstown to the city. I can catch a train via Granville and go to the city. I got 3 ways to get to the city, to Sydney. You only have 1, which isn't fair. You need more options, and not just only the people of Goulburn, but the people of Yass as well needs this. They like more options to go down to Melbourne. This is what I hate about both sides of Parliament, and I vote independent. The reason why I do these, like I vote independent, is because I hope that the independents will be saying, yep, you know what, we've read all the studies, we're not going to spend $2.5 million, like $250 million on something that's already been written. We're going to go over every report, see what needs to be done, see what needs to be fixed through people who know how to plan shit, and get that shit off the ground. Have the Brisbane Premier speak with the Queensland Premier, with the New South Wales, Victorian, and the ACT Premiers. Speak with them. Speak with the bloody Prime Minister, for fuck's sake. The eastern seaboard needs this system. The people of Canberra need this. The people of Sydney needs it. Brisbane, Melbourne needs this. Even people in the middle, like like in Campbelltown, just a city district south of Liverpool, has a beautiful festival called the Fisher's Ghost Festival. And wouldn't it be great to have us and just have someone from Brisbane say who lives still live in Campbelltown here in New South Wales could go, I would love to go back to a Fisher's Ghost Festival, but it costs too much to go. Take an airplane. I would love to see the Australian countryside for a change of place instead of seeing little bits of green and silver all over the place when I look down from the airplane window. But it would take too long to get down there. I have to go. First I have to take a bloody bus from Brisbane to Casino. That's bloody intelligent. Then they have to wait for a train to go down to Sydney. That they have to get off at Sydney and catch a train to Campbelltown. And that is so bloody ridiculous. Why not just have that single route? Coming down from Brisbane into Newcastle, through Gosford, into the city and like into Sydney and straight down to Campbelltown, and have the speed go at a recommended pace, which could be about 3-4 hours from Brisbane to Campbelltown, instead of taking like 6 hours to get from Brisbane to Sydney via this normal route. And to have these areas where they have single tracks is bloody ridiculous. They should do an upgrade of that sort of thing as well. But I know what this stupid bitch said at the like in October of last year. She goes, "Oh, updating the system is even more expensive." Really? No wonder Australia can be classified as a fucked up nation when it comes to high speed rail. It is highly needed for Australia to get this job done. We need to start. Firstly, we need to start in the four main capital cities. Start north and south from Sydney and Canberra. Start a southern from Brisbane. Start a northern from Melbourne. Get the trained workers that may be able to do, like, firstly start to I would say Do most of it underground. A whole tunnel. One dedicated train system. One line going south from Brisbane to Melbourne, and another line going from Melbourne to Brisbane, stopping off in like places like uh, Yass, Goulburn, Campbelltown. Do a little, do maybe even a detour to Wollongong, up to Sydney, up to Gosford, up to Newcastle. Stop off at Mackay, then most probably do something up, do a couple of stations north. Do something. Something's better than nothing. And to use bloody schematics saying, oh, this is how many people are in Sydney in every square kilometre or every square 3 kilometres. We don't have the people like Japan, China, France, Russia in these small in this little area. So it's not needed. It's not necessary. Bullshit. It is the most needed thing in Australia. I know what you're going to say. Oh, if they want to see the land, how about catch like a bus? What about driving? Get your hands outside of your pants. Stop fingering and tugging yourselves. You may afford, you may be able to afford flying for 3 days straight, going from Brisbane to Melbourne to Sydney to Canberra, back to Melbourne, up to Sydney to Brisbane, down to Canberra. You may be able to have the funds to do that, but the rest of us don't. The rest of us don't have that sort of advantage. The rest of us don't have that sort of privilege. You politicians do. And it's like as soon as you get into office, you don't give a fuck about us. You are. This is what these so-called responsible planners and responsible thinkers and these so-called eligible, honourable ministers of parliament don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about the tourism industry. I don't even hear tourism ministers standing up for these beautiful towns and these beautiful locations that need the money, need the tourism to come in. I must admit, I don't live in an area where we need that sort of funds. We got a lot of public transport, which I'm so blessed about. So I'm so blessed to have this public transport to to be to be to be given to us. Like I've got 5 bus routes to just to my town, to my local city centre. I've got 2 bus routes to go to another city centre. I've got 3 beautiful train routes that can. Well, I got two main train routes and one sub train route to the city. I can catch a bus from, not from my city, from my city town, from my city centre, like from Liverpool CBD to Ingleburn. In other words, that's like another bus route to another city district. I'm so blessed to be in Liverpool. Guessing like people are blessed to be in Parramatta, blessed to be in the Holroyd City District, because of the more or less the bus routes, not the train routes. The same thing with the Fairfield and Bankstown and the Campbelltown routes. We're so blessed to have this sort of corridor in the west where we have the buses to do things, but we need this interstate train network. We need it now. No, we didn't. We don't need it now. We needed it back in the 70s, when people started to talk about it, and to have these planning officials say, "Oh, if the everyday person is not going to use this, so it's hardly worth investing money in it." Which has been the same fucking attitude for the better part of 50 fucking years. Half a century, this bullshit has been going on. Like if the average person is not going to be appreciative of this, we won't worry about it. Toss it in the bin. Later on, same bullshit. Now, Anthony Alba fucking Neesies. You have Victoria, you have New South Wales, you have the ACT, you have Queensland, all governments underneath your banner, the Labour government. Get those assholes together. And yes, I'm in Chris Minns' fucking territory. You get off your fucking ass. Stop wasting time by going to Rabbitohs games. Get these bloody assholes together. Run to some sort of constitution for the next 10 years that nothing will stop. And start to put things together. Stop acting like such a pathetic, piss-weak politician who doesn't want to get the shit done. Firstly, get the shit done. You become the greatest Prime Minister since Gough Whitlam, who is as well a Labour Prime Minister. Say the Labour government has built this huge and monumental thing. Get this shit done, Anthony. Then you'll be able to get a lot more respect from people who are in those seats that you need. Like even the Goulburn, you can have actually sent to, and this is more towards Chris Minns. You can have a centralised rail network in Goulburn, like they have in Newcastle. You can use Goulburn as a centre for more train routes to go to, like, east and west and different points south, different points north of Goulburn. Have a centralised rail network around there. Build up places like Goulburn to become a inland megacity. But knowing our pathetic luck, Anthony, you're going to be listening to idiots, arseholes, fuckwits, sluts, prostitutes, and whores who say that doing this will end your career. No, doing something like this will make your career. Chris Minns, I challenge you to make Goulburn the inner, like the inner southern inland part of New South Wales as the new centre. Make places like Lithgow a new centre. But hey, you're still going to listen to bullshit artists, con artists, freaks and geeks about saying, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that, we can't do the other. There's not too many, there's very little people are out there. Anthony Albanese, you have the seat. You literally can say, I own the eastern seaboard of New South of Australia. We need to start growing certain places. Need to start building new infrastructure in certain places. You have got the power to do this. Use it. Build up centers, build up new centers, build them up to becoming second, third, fourth cities of certain of states. You need to do this, and you need to do it now. No more planning committees that take a couple of $100 million. Work around it. Do something about it. Have some underground, some above ground rails. You can do it. And I'm just going to say this. Australia needs, well, the Eastern Seaboard needs this high-speed train network. I am the Dragon Barry, here to say, see you in the next video. Bye.